Now, again, that's over. They have to be extremely honest with themselves.
We are live.
Huh?
We are live, but there's no one on.
Yeah, let me know if there's anyone on.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna look for. All right, there's people coming on. Yep, there's people coming. What's up, guys? We've been dealing with a couple of issues. Instagram's down, Facebook's down, YouTube is YouTube is lagging a little bit, of course. But it's an hour. We're almost less than an hour away for free agency actually to start. Everything will be official. So the signings that will be official at 4 o'clock are Jamison Crowder, wide receiver, C.J. Mosley, Le'Veon Bell, and there's other guys like Josh Bellamy, and also we re-signed Henry Anderson and Darryl Roberts. But we're all expecting the Jets to do a lot more, especially after the 4 o'clock deadline. Jason Myers and Andre Roberts are not returning back to the team. It's announced Myers got signed to the Seahawks, and Roberts is not signed, but the Jets are not signing him back. What do you think about that, Brad? Brad? Yeah, there's a lot of internet connection problems today. I think his side of the place is very down. Let's see if I can reconnect with him. Today has just been a very bad day.
Yo, what's going on?
Yo, what's up?
Sorry, I'm getting booted. It's annoying.
Yeah. So I just pretty much explained to them who we signed and how Roberts and Myers are not coming back. And what's your thoughts on what the Jets have done so far?
I like it. Listen, I like it. Obviously, if you know from watching this YouTube channel, I was not one to be on board with signing Bell to this astronomical contract. They didn't. They did not do that. I'm actually very, very shocked. Getting Bell for $13 million per year is only making him the second highest running back. They didn't give him a crazy contract. He's only getting about $36 million guaranteed. I think honestly that I got no complaints. I perfectly am on board with that Le'Veon Bell signing for that price. If it got to $17 and $20 million, I would have been on here ripping the move because I'm not allocating that much money. But that doesn't matter because they got Le'Veon Bell for $13 million, a tremendous signing by Maccagnan to be able to not overpay for Le'Veon Bell, one of the best running backs in the league. To me, they almost got Le'Veon Bell at a bargain. And, hey, how can any Jet fans be angry at getting Le'Veon Bell for a bargain price? Now, a move that went under the radar that I don't think should have went under the radar is Henry Anderson. Bringing back Henry Anderson was a tremendous move and an underrated move because I know with all the Odell trade going on, the Bell, it seemed like Henry Anderson didn't get enough pop, but he was tied with the Jets for the league for the Jet team lead in sacks with 7. He's a tremendous guy and someone that defense does have to account for now. Now imagine if we do get a Bosa or an Allen and you have a Henry Anderson with Leonard Williams. That's a tremendous pass rush, tremendous defense. So I love the Henry Anderson signing. Darryl Roberts, I think, is an underrated key reserve. I think that was a very smart move, especially since the Jets have not signed a corner yet. I like how his versatility of being able to play corner, safety. I love C.J. Mosley. That guy is a stud. You talk about when Jamal Adams is talking about a dog. CJ Mosley is a dog. That guy's a 3-down linebacker. Not only is a leader, he's a cultural builder. He is going to establish a winning attitude and be a big part of the culture the Jets are trying to be. So a tremendous move. We overpaid for him, yes, at $17 million. But guess what? He's young. He's in his prime. You were going to have to overpay for him. So I love the CJ Mosley move. And to me, there's still work to be done. I mean, I can't grade this until I see what is next. Because, again, we have – how many holes do we have? We still need 2 corners. We need a slot corner. We lost Buster Screen. We need a slot corner. Mo Claiborne's still a free agent. Is he coming back? Is he not coming back? Another move we need to make. So, I mean, we still need a pass rusher. I mean, again, Henry Anderson, nice piece. CJ Mosley, nice piece. We got no edge rusher. And we got to – maybe it's Ziggy Ansah, maybe Justin Houston, but we still got to address that need. And now, since we've lost Jason Myers to Seattle, we need a kicker. Andre Roberts. I don't know why they're messing around with Andre Roberts. He was the best kick returner in the NFL, All-Pro. They don't seem interested in bringing him back. I don't know why. So, again, I love the moves. I think it was, so far, it is very successful. There's still work to be done. Again, another move that no one's talked about, we need a center. We still need a center. I mean, obviously the Jets are a lot higher on Jonathan Harrison than the fans are. So I'm going to assume that we're going into the season with Jonathan Harrison at center. So I think all in all, it's been a very successful offseason so far. One move I did leave out, I'm just remembering, Jamison Crowder. If you don't know him, it's because he was on Washington. He is a very, very sneaky, good, productive wide receiver. He's phenomenal in the slot. He's a guy that gets yak and a guy that Adam Gase loves because he can be a safety net for Sam Darnold. And, we're paying him $9 million a year. But, again, another guy, young, 25, 26 years old, is a perfect slot receiver and a productive signing. So, again, so far so good. We're off. And we still got work to do. So let's hope we break some signings while we're on here. Back to you, Ali. What do you think?
So, what do you think the Jets should do? The deadline's coming out there's a lot of releases coming out. You still there?
Yeah, I'm still here. Say that again.
Yeah, so, the deadline's approaching and there's a lot of releases going on. Teams are looking at releasing, and I think this is where the Jets need to start making moves. Who do you think that is like a top priority for the Jets to get right now?
I honestly think the Jets got to do 3 things before we worry about anything else. I think we got to get a corner. I mean, maybe it's Darby on a 1-year deal. I would bring back Mo Claiborne. He was productive for the Jets. I would bring him back. He probably won't cost a ton. I'd bring him back. We got to figure, what are we doing with the slot? I mean, we need another corner for that. I'd like them to address the offensive line. I don't trust Jonathan Harrison, even though he had a good final, 4 or 5 games of the season last year. I would still bring in a veteran center, maybe Jonathan Sullivan, the old Rams center, helped Goff out. You won't mess up with any exchanges from the center to the quarterback. I would look at him. An edge. So to me, it's got to be in some sort of priority way. I would probably go center, corner, edge in that way. And then I'd like them, honestly, I don't know if I'm reaching for the stars here. A guy that's still out there that I would love is Golden Tate. Me and you talked about this back and forth, but you see what all these teams do with young quarterbacks. They surround them as many weapons. Yes, we have Le'Veon Bell. Yes, we have Jamison Crowder. I would like another wide receiver. I mean, Tate's still out there. Maybe we get him on a 2-year deal. I mean, to me, the more weapons, the better. Or maybe a tight end, a sneaky good, I know he's a little old, tight end, Jared Cook. That would be tremendous. I know he's older, about 33, but, maybe you get him on a 2-year deal. So there's lots of work to be done, and I'll feel better about the offseason if they come away with a corner, an edge rusher, and a center. Then we can go from there.
So you know how the Jets were interested in Tyrell Williams before he got signed to Oakland Raiders. So the Jets are looking for a wide receiver and adding to Sam Darnold's weapons. So Golden Tate is an option, but there's a good chance. I haven't seen any reports of the Jets being interested. Mostly it's Steelers and Patriots of who are interested for him. So what other options do you think besides Jared Cook that you would want? Would you want to be interested in Randall Cobb or anyone like any other guy?
That's true. I mean, I think it's Golden Tate. The reason why I say Golden Tate, and I'm okay with them not being linked to him yet. Maybe they're laying in the woods, seeing if his price comes down, or maybe they're talking. But I like Golden Tate because I like what he brings. He brings that toughness of another big time leader, knows how to win, has come from a winning program in Seattle. Is another very good safety net. So that's why I like Golden Tate. I don't know what he's going to cost, though. I don't know if he's asking for crazy numbers. I mean, I guess we'll see. But I mean, that's a guy I think the Jets would really, really take a look at. And then from there, I mean, tight end, we should definitely bring someone else in. I don't know what they're looking at as far as tight end. That might not be on their radar. I know like a blocking tight end is Darren Fells. Maybe they bring him in. But I don't know. There's so many different kinds of options they could go as far as adding to the offense. But before we add any skill position receivers, I would address the offensive line. To me, we don't got enough depth. Shell's coming back from a major injury. I mean, what about Darrell Williams? I mean, hey, he's 26 years old, coming off an injured season, but he was an All-Pro before that. Maybe we bring him in on a cheap deal to be, some sort of swing tackle, maybe, just in case insurance. Center, Sullivan's got to be top of the priority or, something. So I think before we go skill position, we beef up the line and beef up that wall.
So let's talk about the guys that we have right now on the team. I know you talked about it a little bit earlier, but I love the signing with Jamison Crowder. I absolutely loved it. I think he's first of all, he's very young, and he's not a number one wide receiver, but he's a guy that will come in and work, and he'll get all the attention as well, which will help Robbie and Quincy have better years. I think Robbie's going to have an amazing year this year, and Anunwa as well. And now you add Bell to it. So there's a lot more leniency in the offense. But obviously we're going to need the offensive line going back and forth. We need new guys in. But I think the Jets are on the right track. They just need to start making a little bit more moves. They need to be more bold and come out with the big guys. I think they might be looking at the Browns are looking to trade for, I forgot his name, the defender.
For who?
For Emmanuel Ogbah. He's a defensive end, and the Browns are trying to trade for him. So I think Darren Lee could be possibly in the mix for that. But yeah, I think the Jets are going to be active after 4:00. I don't think they're going to make any moves right now. They're going to see who's available, who gets released. People are getting released left and right now, so there's going to be a lot of people available. The Jets obviously need to fill out the cornerback position, pass rusher, offensive line. But
no, absolutely. I mean, look, like I've been saying, this is so far so good for the Jets. They added star power. Anytime you can add star power to a team that has been lacking star power, it's a win. But there's a ton of work to do. I mean, we have major holes that we need to address. You're not going to be able to address everything in free agency. That's just how it works. But I think we'll see some need signings in the next couple hours here.
Yeah, we're gonna be here obviously the entire night, seeing who we sign, because I am expecting a lot of moves, especially at the cornerback position. Um, I think the Jets will make smaller moves. Even some moves are gonna surprise a lot of people, but the Jets they need roster spots and they need depth, and I don't think a lot of people understand that we need to sign all these nobodies because we need guys that just come in and play. So
Yeah. I mean, there's a couple guys. I'm just looking at the list right now on my phone. A couple guys that I could also see. I think the Jets are definitely going to bring in an edge guy. I think they want to go into the draft with some sort of veteran edge guy where maybe teaches the rookie or someone that can be counted on. I mean, I'm not a big fan of this guy, but if you got him on a short-term deal, I could live with it, and that's Ziggy Ansah. I could see the Jets be interested in him. He doesn't seem to be generating a ton of buzz, but I could see the Jets looking at him after missing out on, the Zadarius Smiths of the world, Preston Smiths of the world. So I could see the Jets be interested in him. But, yeah, I definitely do think the Jets are going to bring in somebody.
Yeah, 100%. The Jets, I feel like they're going to have to do what the Browns are doing. They're going to need to bring guys in, to surround the quarterback position. And obviously on defense, they need – I think Mosley's amazing. He's an amazing signing. But if we don't have corners, I think he'll struggle a little bit. And the offenses are going to take advantage of that. So we need to get some guys in there at the cornerback position. I do think Darryl Roberts is a good guy to have there, but we need more than that. Obviously, we have Tremaine Johnson, but I think the Jets will draft a cornerback, but they need to leave at least with one cornerback before free agency is over.
Yeah, and I think they will. I mean, I go back to last year. They kind of was late to the free agency process. They re-signed Mo Claiborne. I could see them doing something exactly the same like that. There's still plenty of guys in the Claiborne category that are available that I think will get done. So I think it's just, it's kind of wait and see. We're all waiting for the next bomb, Adam Schefter bomb or, Manish Mehta bomb to show us something. But
so we're half an hour away. So 4:00 is when everything will be official. I do think the Jets are looking at a trade somewhere to get some maybe offensive line. Who knows? They already traded with the Raiders to get Kalichi. So I think the Jets are looking to make this team better, and they're looking to fill up that offensive line because they know that's a very, Carpenter just left. He got signed to the Falcons, and we have a hole on this offensive line. And obviously we need a center. We need someone to snap the ball to Sam Darnold. So there's a lot of options. There's not many options for the Jets, but I think if the Jets could trade and work it out a little bit, I think they can end up with a couple good guys by the end of the night.
Listen, I'm looking at this wide receiver list too. A guy I think is sneaky decent and could be good depth is a free agent. Remember, we're looking at low cost, low cost guys, high reward. Obviously, like I said, I've been talking about Golden Tate. I mean, I like Chris Hogan. Chris Hogan would be definitely another piece and someone that would definitely help out Sam Darnold, veteran presence. I wouldn't mind him. Dante Moncrief, the Jets were linked to him early in free agency. He's a free agent. Keep an eye out for him. They were already linked him once.
Yeah, I actually like the thought of Chris Hogan. He first of all, he knows how to win. He's with the New England Patriots. And he's a solid guy. I think his contract will be very cheap. But I think he'll add the depth if someone goes down. He's a solid guy to put in, especially with the young quarterback. If Quincy goes down, because the way he plays, he could possibly go down. So
Exactly.
we need that
and
reliable.
Yes, exactly. We need options, and because Quincy's been hurt before, Robbie with a hamstring, they definitely, in my mind, got to sign one more receiver. I mean, but that's not the number 1, 2, 3 priority right now. But it's definitely something I think they're looking at.
Also, the guys like Crowder we just signed, he's coming off an injury as well. So everyone pretty much got injured in the last year or two that is on our wide receiver corps right now. So we need that solid guy that can come in and he's a reliable guy. He obviously didn't get enough reps in New England because of Edelman and Gronk, but he would get a fair share of reps in New York.
What is your thoughts about Tyler Eifert on a 1-year deal? He's got major injury history, but when he's healthy, he's probably one of the top 3 best tight ends in the league.
That's not the worst option because he's not going to be our number 1. Chris Herndon is our number 1, right? So if we need him, then he'll go out there. But if we don't, he's going to sit there. It's not going to be a big contract because of the injuries that he's had. So he's not. He's going to be very cheap, and he's not going to be the starter. So that would be a decent signing for the Jets.
I think that would be low risk, high reward, because he definitely would be helpful in the red zone. He scores a ton of, when he's healthy, he is a very good player, and he scores a ton of touchdowns in the red zone. So I mean, again, I'm just looking down this list. There's some valuable players out there that I think can help the team. I mean, there's players.
There's just a report coming out because I'm going to be looking at all the teams. A guy that I'm looking at right now is Clay Matthews. He's supposed to stay in Green Bay. That's the report that just came out. He's supposed to. There's no deal yet, but he's supposed to stay in Green Bay. A guy that I think the Jets could sign is Brian Poole, a cornerback. He played for the Atlanta Falcons. He played in college ball with Marcus May, and he literally just tweeted out 4 p.m. right now. So maybe he is getting us. Maybe there's gonna be a surprise at 4 p.m. of who he's gonna sign with. But I think he's a guy that could actually fit, especially with the chemistry that he would have with Marcus May, and that would be a decent signing. I think that would be a low risk, high reward signing.
That wouldn't be bad. I mean,
because we're running out of options. Like, there's not many cornerbacks. I'm not 100% with what's his name? Darby. Yeah, I'm not 100% with him. Callahan, yes, sure, I'll take Callahan any day. But if we're not going those guys, I would go Brian, just because there's connection already in that secondary. But obviously, Greg Williams is gonna have a big go in who he wants, and if he wants whoever he wants to get.
Exactly. They're gonna get somebody. I don't know who, but they'll definitely get somebody.
Yeah, Brian. I think Pooley. He said 4:00, so maybe he announces at 4:00 where he's going. And Brad goes out again. But yeah, so we're less than half an hour away. You keep going. You keep going in and out.
Yeah, I don't know why that's annoying. But
all the social media is down.
I think I'm good now.
Yeah, social media is down.
But yeah, I'm hoping we get some news here on air. That'd be phenomenal.
No, we're gonna be here until like 10 p.m. So like, if there's no news, then the Jets are doing something wrong. So
if there's no news, we'll be sleeping.
I'll probably just fall asleep. I finally got sleep last night after 30 hours. So of like just completely looking Jets coverage. So like, I'm kind of beat, but.
Oh, believe me, my phone was buzzing at 3 a.m.
But it was completely worth it when I got that alert of Le'Veon Bell getting signed. I was actually going live. I was on Instagram Live, and I was actually listening to the album of his, and I had the camera on, and I had Twitter on the background, and I just see an alert come. Adam Schefter, Le'Veon Bell has chosen the New York Jets, and then I just freaked out. I was like, what the hell just happened? Like that. No way. Like that's just
I gotta be
amazing.
honest. I'm happy. In the beginning, obviously on the show, I've been saying I'm so against Le'Veon Bell. But when I saw that contract, and to me, the Jets got him at a bargain, then it was a no-brainer. I mean, for $13 million, to me, it was a no-brainer. That's a good value move for the Jets. Now, with Le'Veon Bell, let's hope he is focused. Now that he got the green, let's focus. Let's hope he's just focused on the football part, which I think he will. I think he's actually going to have a little bit of an edge to him because he thought he deserved more money than he actually got. He thought the market was going to be bigger than it actually was. So I think he's going to come to the Jets with a chip on his shoulder and have a monster year. Because let's be real, we all thought here on this show that he was going to get some crazy astronomical contract, 17, 20 million a year, 60 million guaranteed. That would have been crazy to give him. But we got him for 13 million, 36 guaranteed. I mean, that's under Todd Gurley. He's making less than Todd Gurley. No Jeff fan that was against Bell can even complain about that. It's a great move, great value for Mike Maccagnan. And, let's go. Sam Darnold's got a weapon. That's the way I look at it. Should help. There's no reason now the Jets shouldn't be a contender.
So I was actually
sorry.
Yes.
5-11 is not going to cut it. 8-8 is not going to cut it. Playoffs. 10-6. Playoffs. I don't want to hear it. The excuses are done, and we got players now. I mean, Adam Gates is quarterback guru, quarterback whisperer, and he's got Bell. I mean, the defense should be improved. And we still got time to go on free agency. We should be a playoff team. What do you think?
Yeah, so I was actually right after the signing, I was up till like 2 a.m. just looking at news and stuff. And the one thing I said, the guy said that this is a good signing, and people are like saying that it's a risk because he sat out for a year. Like it's the same. It's almost the same thing as like someone getting injured and he's out for the same year. He's doing training. Le'Veon Bell is still training out there, and you see him every day training on his live, all this stuff, and it's pretty much going to be the same thing. And the deal that we got is a steal. I believe we all thought it was going to be like 16 million, 17 million a year. That's what was reported. Adam Schefter actually reported it would be 15 million a year, and we got it for 13.5 because of the market and
and with that money for 13 million, it's a no-brainer. But I mean, to me, if it for 13 million exactly, the market was different. The market, he underplayed the market. Let's be real. But hey, the Jets deserve a break. We've been burned by Anthony Barr the same day. We've been burned by freaking Kirk Cousins. Thank God, by the way. Before that, Antoine Winfield. Remember him, Minnesota corner? Same thing. Agreed to the Jets, backed out. Finally, we caught a break, and we deserve it as Jet fans. We really do.
Yeah, 100%. I think Le'Veon Bell also needed a new start. I think he was done. Antonio Brown was gone, and I think he wanted a new place to start, and he wanted a big city. And if he plays well, and I believe he will be the face of New York, like 100%. He's already the face of New York now. Like he's on every paper, he's everywhere right now, because he's Le'Veon Bell, and if he can do well here, he's gonna be praised. He's gonna be in the Hall of Fame if he can get us to the Super Bowl. He will be in the Hall of Fame.
I mean, hey, now it's time to win games. Off-season headlines only go so far. I care about wins, and it's time now for the Jets.
And I think he can. I do believe he will actually get those wins. I think this team will actually get wins. They just need to do a little bit more moves, which should happen today. They need to show some life today to show that they're actually in it and they're actually trying to win, which is getting like goal. Even if we get Golden Tate, that means they're trying to win. They're trying to put as many playmakers to Sam Darnold so he can be comfortable and start winning games. He can have options. That's pretty much.
They got Golden Tate. that is a stellar offense. I got to tell you,
That
that is a stellar offense.
look,
And just quick, Ali, I'm just looking down. I don't know if on the Jets schedule. Jets play the Steelers.
yeah, they play at home.
That is a must-see prime time.
That should be
game
prime
now.
time.
I will be there screaming my head off. That is a must-see game from not just because it'll most likely be a huge game and the Jets always blow it against the Steelers, but now
That's a game
they're
they're gonna be
home
angry.
playing the Steelers. That crowd's gonna be into it. This is a prime time TV game. The NFL has got to put this at prime time. I am jacked up for that game.
Yeah, that would be amazing. To like, the atmosphere would be just absolutely crazy, especially with the guys that we've gotten. It's just gonna be amazing. But what I was saying is, for the wide receivers, every wide receiver, like if we got Golden Tate, every wide receiver would have a different aspect to help the team. Golden Tate's the reliable guy. You know, he's always shifty. He can get the third downs. He catches the ball. And he's a reliable. He's pretty much a best friend of the quarterback and a safety net. And then the other thing is then Crowder. He's pretty much like the guy that's going to lead the offense, like the wide receiver core. And just when there has to be a big play, he'll make it. Robbie Anderson's your deep threat. He's the guy who's going to do like a 90-yard touchdown. Quincy Enunwa is the guy that will fight for your yardage. So the Jets, and then Le'Veon Bell is Le'Veon Bell. So I think we have a mix of everything. And if we can get Tate, that's just 100% like a wow moment for the New York Jets.
Yup, 100%. I'm just hoping, listen, we continue to build. We still go in the right direction, put pieces around him, beef up the line, some corners, maybe a lesser degree pass rusher. And no Jet fan can complain then. I mean, we still got work to do, but we still got plenty of time and plenty of moolah. So let's hope we get some kind of signing here.
We have 15 minutes until everything's official. The trades are official. The signings are official. I believe Le'Veon Bell's on his way to sign his contract. The way that he's been talking, he said that he's at NYC. He just posted on Twitter saying NYC. So I think he's probably on the way to sign his contract, especially also the other guys. So I'm kind of concerned of what the Jets are actually going to do.
I mean,
they should get an offensive line or at least get some corner to start it off.
They also need a kicker now. They also need to re-sign Andre Roberts, but they are reported that they're not. So that's two guys from the best special teams unit in the NFL. Why are they messing around with the special teams unit when you got plenty of money? I have no idea. But Maccagnan shows he doesn't like paying kickers, and I got to give it to him. The guy's actually had success finding a new kicker every year, but eventually the luck runs out. You know, we had Falk.
But he also
Salazaro.
wanted his deal with the Seahawks is $14 million, $15 million a year.
I mean the contract was crazy, but
that's like
maybe we
didn't even play Le'Veon Bell that much.
Maybe we get Gostkowski he's a free agent from the Patriots. I wouldn't mind him. I mean, I'm more concerned with Andre Roberts, to be honest, than the
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Andre Roberts, but
I mean, unless they just don't like that he's a one-dimensional kind of.
And they did sign Josh Bellamy, so maybe they just wanted another guy to.
I think they don't like that he's just he's great at what he does though. Andre Roberts is the best kicker returner in the NFL last year, All Pro. You don't usually let guys walk away like that. I mean, that's pretty ridiculous if you ask me, but maybe they just don't like that he's a one-dimensional, that these basically if they sign him, they have to sign him just for a kick returner. They don't really use him unless there's injuries to wide receiver for a wide receiver. And maybe they want another wide receiver that could actually give them some production on offense. So I guess we'll see. Time will tell.
Yeah. There's no new news right now. I think everything's gonna start breaking at 4:00. I think there's gonna be a chaos at 4:00 when it hits. there's gonna be news after news, but it's quiet right now. There's absolutely nothing going on.
Yeah, I mean, right now it's a little quiet. I mean, we got 10 minutes or so till it officially starts.
Yeah.
But it's quiet, although not. I mean, a lot of players signed, but we should see some more signings hopefully as the day goes on.
Yeah, I think teams that haven't done many moves are probably going to start looking, probably like the Patriots and stuff. I think other teams are going to start joining the process of bidding for players. Just right now on NFL Network, they're just talking about Kyle Murray's pro day. Did you hear Cardinals? Cliff wasn't there.
Yeah, why wasn't he there? It's because he's already done enough extensive background research on Kyle Murray. He knows exactly what kind of player he is.
And
you can
he's
lock
gonna
it
draft
up.
him.
He's going to the Cardinals. You can lock that up.
So, talking about the draft, we'll talk about the draft for next 10 minutes. So, like, I think now the Jets have a very good chance for Bosa. You know, the 49ers traded for D Ford, which opens it up a little bit for the Jets. And it's either going to be Allen or Bosa anyway, so Allen's a good option as well. Williams is also a good option. But, like, if we can get Bosa's the guy that everyone's been talking about. And he's, like, the number one over, like, the best guy in this draft. So
yeah, I wouldn't complain, to be honest with you, if we got either Allen or Bosa. And to me, it's looking like we will, so I'm good with either. But with that being said, now that the 49ers did trade for D Ford and gave a second-round pick, you know, they select, what's his name, Solomon Thomas, 2 years ago, and they have D Ford, so they got their edge guy. So they're not taking an edge. To me, for them, it comes down to Quentin Williams and Joey and Bosa. Now, I don't know which one they're going to go with, but I got a feeling, man, the Jets are going to get lucky again. And I think Bosa is going to be there for them. I do. I think the 49ers are going to take Quentin Williams because of the D Ford trade. And I think the Jets are going to make out like a bandit. And I think they're going to run up to the podium and get Bosa.
Yeah, I would be absolutely amazing. It would be amazing if we got Bosa. I like Bosa a lot. But obviously I think I like Allen more, but I think Bosa is the guy that you just can't say no to. You have to take him if he's there.
Right. I mean, either one would help the Jets. Either Allen or Bosa is going to give the Jets something they haven't had since John Abraham, which is a true pass rush. So either way, Jet fans shouldn't be mad because you're going to get a premier player. But the whole point about this conversation is that the Jets could get lucky again because of the D4 trade. It could trickle down effect, which now puts the 49ers out of reach for an edge, and they're either taking Quentin Williams or Nick Bosa. I got a feeling it's Quentin Williams, so I think we're going to have an opportunity at Bosa or Allen, and hey, that's another conversation for a month from now.
So let's talk about Miami Dolphins right now. The Dolphins have no quarterback. Everyone's gone. I think they might end up with Gino or Blake Bortles.
Bro, I think the Dolphins should just, at this point, roll with Tannehill. He's already under contract. You're already going to suck. I mean, roll with Tannehill. Who are you going to bring in? Bortles? I mean, Bortles is an embarrassment. Obviously, what the Dolphins are doing, they don't want to say it, but they're tanking for Tua. Let's be real here. They're tanking for Tua.
That's true.
Or they're sucked for the duck, whatever they want to call for Herbert. But they're going for a quarterback next year. So if I were them, just play with Tannehill. He's already under contract. Why not? I mean, why not? Because they're really out of options. I mean, I've heard rumors that Fitzpatrick. Can you imagine that? Fitzpatrick for the Dolphins.
That would be weird as hell. I would laugh. That would be a fun 2 games. You know, we can crush him. Mosley can just crumple him apart.
That would be a great 2 games. In 2 games, the Jets, regardless of who Miami's quarterback is, they better win next year. I better see a clean sweep of the Dolphins, something that hasn't happened in feels like forever. So, we're better than the Dolphins. We should beat them twice, in my eyes.
Yeah, obviously.
Someone that's I think that's not getting enough attention through the media, even on NFL Network, is the Bills have been having a sneaky good offseason. They're not going to be a pushover. They've added, John Brown. They've added some nice pieces on the offensive line. Mitch Morse. They got Spencer Long. They've added some pieces. One that doesn't really make much sense to me is Frank Gore. Why they got the oldest tandem backfield in the league, which that doesn't make much sense to me. But other than that move, they've added some nice pieces and some sneaky good players that are definitely going to help that team.
So I'm actually just seeing. Give me one sec. I think there's just a tweet that just came out. Dolphins' intentions will become official in the next 10 minutes of Ryan Tannehill, Robert Quinn, and several others. So there's a lot of things going on with the Dolphins. They look like a mess. For the first time, the Jets are not confused. Like right now, the Jets are absolutely actually looking at signing guys and helping this team. Like Le'Veon Bell signing showed that Mike McCann was like, I need this guy to improve this team. So I'm actually intrigued at what the Jets are going to do.
Yeah, I mean, listen, there's going to be a lot of movement because the league officially opens at 4. So in about 5 minutes, there's going to be a lot of players released, trades finalized. You're going to see all that signings, officials, and then you're going to see wave of signings start coming. You might see even more trades. I think now is going to start the releasing.
We're not going to have like pastime talk anymore. We're going to have like actual signs coming in.
I think the next move you'll see probably, I would guess, I could see this happening at 4. Crowell will be released. They'll say $5 million on the cap. He'll be gone, obviously.
I think with that, so someone asked about the salary cap. The salary cap looks around $35 to $40 million, I believe. We'll see how much, because I don't know how the contracts are actually set up. But I think
what I saw from Rich Cimini of ESPN is that the Jets, if they cut Crowell, they have to cut him by Friday because he's due a roster bonus on Friday. So if they cut him, they save $5 million off the cap. So you'll get $5 million back,
which is pretty amazing.
It's good, and it's
a good amount, and it helps us.
Yeah, it's money, which is another resource.
Like we could sign one guy for very cheap for like a year, like a year rental, like Eifert. I think the Jets are gonna have a lot of small signings because obviously we need to fill up the roster spaces. So it's gonna be interesting. 5 more minutes until it's actually. We'll keep an eye on the Jets account to see if anything gets absolutely official and signed, so we can announce it.
Yup.
So we don't have another bar incident.
Rich, I think this is
man, everything's down, right? Instagram,
no,
Facebook.
I'm surprised I have 30 people right now.
Yeah, because I can't.
It's actually bouncing up and down. It's going like 50, 40, 30. At least I'm getting a lot of people in.
Yeah, that's solid.
But that's good. Imagine if we got Instagram, we would at least have like 100.
Yeah, I mean,
but hopefully we're gonna be on it for a while, so hopefully it starts working and then we can get people on.
Yeah.
3 times in his career.
Yeah, it's like a global thing.
I know.
Safety Marcus May currently wears number 26. I don't know if Bell's going to try to buy that from him, or maybe we could have a wrestling match for it.
Maybe an autographed version of his new mixtape that dropped at midnight.
Couple minutes.
That might suffice. So, okay, there you go. Nobody more yards per game from scrimmage in the first 5 seasons. playing at least 50 games in the history of the NFL. That is a select group. Who was in on Lev Bell, Mike Silver, best you can tell, other than the Jets?
Well, I think both Bay Area teams, the 49ers,
So,
and the certainly thought about
we'll
that.
just keep talking about all the signings. So
Wondering if his number would drop.
the Panthers just re-signed Darrell Williams
But the Jets
Oh, wow.
at a level that nobody
to a one-year deal.
So, but Le'Veon Bell said he
It's
was
pretty much a
confident
prove-it
that
year for Williams coming off an
he
injury.
must not love the Jets offer because
And Adam Schefter just reported
in
it.
the end, guys, I think it was a great decision. He said
That's huge.
and you can crunch the numbers and say maybe he didn't make all the money back, but he protected himself against injury. Clearly, he didn't want to be in Pittsburgh and has a chance to be, maybe the.
That's a good move by the Panthers.
Yeah, the thing I think.
I hate the Panthers. The Panthers are the worst. I hate Cam Newton.
Le'Veon Bell produces for this offense.
Yeah.
What do you
When
mean by
you're
that?
coaching defense against him, the ball is supposed to design the field, downfield play, and then the quarterback.
I pretty much
back down
so
and
like
gets the ball down.
I don't even have to worry about making a post right now because like Instagram's down and if we sign someone, I can't really post anything. I'm
pretty opposed. I can't even- nothing's working.
At least my
So the
thing was
Bears are signing former Dolphins guard Ted Larson
Yeah, I
to a
just got-
one-year deal.
None of the football teams,
Just saw that.
See a player do what Le'Veon Bell did. So they're not going to say, oh, let's reward him because that may incur more of the.
we have almost 1 minute left.
Something to do with suppressing his market.
A little bit over
I'm
1
not
minute.
saying collusion. I'm no conspiracy theorist here. I'm not saying all of that went off, but I do believe that had something to do with suppressing his market. This is a phenomenal, game-changing type talent, and in the NFL, those kind of guys don't come around a lot. I know we talk about all of these guys where they get run. You use the running back by committees and all of that. Just what Coach was talking about. This guy, no matter what you do planning for him, he's still going to do some things that you cannot plan.
Yeah,
for.
see now is when
So
the news is gonna start coming in.
I feel
Like we already got 2 headlines and it's not even 4